Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another video on Oracle integration, and today we are going to touch this integration part. First, I would like to show you how it works, the outcome or the output, and then we will try to create a new integration over here to understand how it works, right? So this is just a sample integration I just created over here just to show you first what an integration can do, right? uh, just from here you can test even within OIC. So I'll just click. It will fetch data from my local database which is on my PC and will show me here run. So now it is fetching data from my local database. This is my local database, and this is using agent service, right, which we installed or configured in last video. If you haven't configured yet, you can go through that video. So this is internally I tested. Now let me go to post, where I have entered authorization as a basic username and password, and let me send, and here is the result, right? Same way we tested over here. Now there can be question that this RESTful service we can create using Oracle Apex as well. Very right, Oracle Apex can do that one, but in this architecture which we are using, where we don't have any Oracle Apex on premises, right? So we are just connected directly to the database, which is our database, and the RESTful service we created in Oracle integration, Oracle Cloud, sorry, over here, right? Now if you don't want to use this OIC, then you need Oracle Apex on premises, because that database can connect to your local database using DB link, or this Oracle Apex will be inside your database from where you want to expose the data. Now for that you need public IP as well, so that instance can be accessible globally. So these are the things, but since you are in cloud, so now from your cloud we are accessing to our local database. So for this, what we need, or what we created a local database connection which we created in the last video, and in this we need to create this REST service connection. This REST is an adapter which is defined over here. So let me show you, if I can search for you, REST, right? This one, the details are here, you can see. Okay, so what is there, or what you need to create? So I will select here REST, right? This is my, let's say, test. I'm just giving it a text. Since this is a RESTful service and it will be accessible from externally, or another service will consume it, use it, we will be using trigger create. Okay, here you have to select your authentication method. If it is basic, you will have to enter username, password, otherwise it will be like public, right? And save. So let me select it as just, okay, basic authentication, right? It is done, and let me test it. Okay, basic, with basic authentication is, so when you will use this service, you will have to enter username and password. Whenever, let's say in Postman, you have to give username and password to access this REST API or service. Okay, now we have this, let me save this as well, no problem. So you will get this service or connection over here. So let me remove this one. I will be using this service only. So I'm just removing it to avoid any confusion. This is just I wanted to show you how you can create a new connection using REST adapter. Okay. So now we have two connections. One is database, which is using agent. Agent we defined here, and it is connected to one instance, and make sure you have started it. If you will close this window, you will not have access to the agent or local database. So this need to be in running in Windows, or you will have to define it as a service. In Linux, you can use, I think, NoHub to run this service or agent in the background. So then you can close the terminal. Right, so this is my agent. One agent is connected, and now let me go to connection. My two connections are there. First, an external computer will connect to this REST service. Then this REST service further will connect to database using this agent service, and the response will be given into the response of the API, right? Okay, now let us go to the integration. Let me show you first, then we will develop. Okay, without making it active, you can't run or you can't test, so you have to deactivate in order to edit it. Now I'm going to, I have deactivated it. Now this is not available. Let me show you over here. It will return error, right? This is not available. Excellent. Now let me edit. We will create from scratch as well, nothing to worry. I just want to show you. So here this is the trigger, which is my RESTful service. This is starting point, and this one is my database connectivity to my local database, and this is mapping columns to database and REST API service, right? So let me quickly show you what I did, then we will create a new one. So here we use this as a URL, and this is my get endpoint, okay, action. And here I have defined the endpoint receive response, which will be my JSON. I will share you how it is. So it's JSON, and this is inline. We can upload the file as well. This is my JSON, right? So let me copy this JSON. We will create or use in the next demo, and that's it over here. Discard. Okay, then in the database I have used this select as a perform an operation on a table, and I selected select. You can use insert, you can use update, or whatever you want. And this is all about, and this is my, these are my columns, and these are, there's no relationship, it's a single table, right? And just I entered here 10, you can make it blank, just nothing special over here. Okay, this is select operation, and this is my SQL. You can pass parameters as well, it is up to you. Then here we did mapping. Let me show you this mapping quickly. Okay, this is showing a mapped one, right? So just expand it and on both sides. Okay, right? Since it will return more than one, so even this group I had to map with this implies, because this is the header or group, because this let's say employees will have multiple employees rows. So that's it. Now let's try. I will say yes. Still it is not available because we have not activated it. It's configured, Now in order to activate it, let me show you this step as well. So this is production and activate, right? Now I activated it and now I can consume it, right? This is the data. Now we will create a new integration. So you will understand how we can create, right? So it will be an application. Okay. JSIN integration M. I'm just saying M. You can name the way you want, right? And create. So we will get this canvas by default, and it is asking which trigger you want. So what will be my first starting point? First starting point will be my RESTful service, because integration will start from the API, because until we will not call the API, how we will reach to the database. So here what should be the name? I'm saying yes, get EMS data. It is now your naming conventions, up to you, right? Okay. What does this operation do? Just select EMS data, right? Okay. What is the endpoint relative resource? So here I will say my EMS, right? Up to this, and then I need to configure this endpoints as a response, right? That's it. You can even configure headers and response headers, request headers or response headers. It is up to you. Okay, so my EMS default organization response, and now I have to select here, instead of XML I have JSON, right? I can upload the file, else I will click this inline, and I had copied, right, that JSON you can create. This is just dummy data, sample data, just to map these fields. This data will not be returned. This is just to show that what is the type of this field or element. So it will map, right? So now this JSON we will map. Even you can keep dummy data. This is, and another thing is, if you see here my JSON format, it is having this employees as a group. So one group will have multiple employees. This is first employee, see this bracket, then this is second, and so on. So I gave for two at least, that okay, it will be not a single return, it will be multiple. Even I can use this one, but this syntax should be there, this grouping, this bracket, and all this need to be there. Okay, so JSON given. Now the response is also JSON. Next, right? This is the endpoint summary. Finish. Now you will see. Okay, now this is our first is the RESTful service. Now you can change this orientation, or horizontal or vertical, up to you. This is with the further descriptions, trigger, and etc. Let us use this one. So now our next is to add the next database connection over here. For that I will click here, this round, and you will see this is my local database. So I will drag it and will drop over here. There will be a plus sign. I will drop on it. Other ways, you can click the plus sign and it will give you the options. Okay, right. So this is configuration basic. What do you want to call this service? So this is my local database connection. I'm just naming it. Okay, this option is important. Invoke a stored procedure. If you want to invoke a stored procedure, run an SQL statement. It should be run an SQL statement, not a SQL statement. because and perform let me do this one, because here I'm getting this option, so I'm just using this one. Otherwise I can paste the SQL in the select. Okay, next. Endpoint name local database is not valid. Okay, maybe there are spaces. Let me use like this one, or you can put underscores. Right, training, ERP stuff training video. Okay, perform an operation on a table. Right, I had selected, select, next. Okay, schema is JS. Now I am connected to your local database. This is my local database using agent, right? And I can enter the filter emp and then enter a table name emp, type is table. You can have view or something. Let's say synonyms or materialized view. So it has the emp table. Now I will click it, move to the right, select it now. Now I will click import tables. This is must, huh? Because it has to bring the fields. It will create. So this is the now table. If you click this, you will find the columns selected, and there will be the SQL. Okay, done. And now let me click continue. Finish. Okay, now we have this. Let me do it here or here, right? We have this trigger, the first one, then we have database. This one is the database, right? So it is like this will come here, this will come here, then this will come here. Now we need to map our columns. So whatever is returned from here, it need to be as per the JSON. So we have to map to that JSON. Even if we will call now, it will not give any error, but it will not return anything. Okay, so now I can click over here, or I can click this second actions, and I will have this map option, right? So drag this and bring it over here on the plus, right? See, select the endpoint to map. So this is my endpoint, right? Next. So it will bring us a mapper canvas, right? So if you see here, this is my response, this is my request, right? Let me show you. See, so because we have configured in the response, it is here, right? And now let me come here to my JSON side. So employee, this one, because I have to get multiple records, employee to employee, I'm just dragging it with the mouse, and this is job, hire date, salary to salary, common, right? So all columns were mapped. Save, validate. And another thing is, this is latest version of cloud or integration, which is version 3. So if you are using version 2, some sort of differences will be there in the layouts and all those things or options, right? I like this. Okay, save, right, back. Now I have two, right? One is integration app, and this is app one, right? So this is active, this is draft, right? Still it is draft. If I will try to access it, it will not be available, right? So let me show you the other options. Here you have different options, right? Still, if you see here, there is no run option, right? For that, what I need, okay, what is there? Now let me show you, because you might face this issue. I am not able to activate it. If If you see here, I'm not getting that option itself. Why? There is some problem in this integration. So let us resolve that first. If you see here, there is an error or warning. Let me click this. Right, primary business identifier. We need to give at least one primary identifier. This is normally used when we are having the logs and to map it. So let me find if something is there. Normally I will take, and we can drag from here to this, right, business identifier. I don't have anything else, so I will just select, let's say for example, HTTP path. I'm just dragging over here, right, business identifier name. That's it. And let us try it. Will it resolve the issue? Yes. See, this, there is no error now. If there is any variable, you can use that variable, so it will show that value over there to identify, okay, let's say invoice number or something else. Okay, now it is from draft, it changed to configured, right? Now this option is there because now there is no issue in that integration, there is no error, so I got now this option. So let me activate it. I'm just going to activate it, and now I need to refresh it. It is in progress. Just refresh. Active, right? So now I can consume this, or I can share this integration. Now the question is what I need to share, how I can share. Okay, for that you have to go to actions. Now you got this run option as well. So let me click this run option, and you will get this URL which we defined, if you remember, my amps, right? It is coming over here. Now you have to plan your naming convention as per your needs, right? So there is a run option on the top. Let me click run. So ideally it should bring the data. Wow, it is there. It will give you the sort of log or activities, the way these were performed. So if, let's say for example, there was an error, so it will stop here, so you can identify that where is the problem, right? Okay, it is showing that data. Okay, now next is, this is not full URL, right? How I can share with someone to consume it, right? So another way, you can also get this C URL from here as well, right? There is a C URL and you can get the URL from here. Okay, if not, you can go to endpoints metadata. You are getting all the details. So even help is ready. You just copy and your data, and you can update your documents, right? The API. Okay, I will copy this one. This is my URL. Copy. So let me paste it over. See, there was, so I'm just replacing it because my authorization will be same. I'm not changing it. And let me see if I can clear this down. I don't know where is to clear it, if it is there or not there. Just to show it as results cookies. Can I just delete? No. Anyway, sent. So now this is our new API, right? See this one, my apps. Wow, our data is there. Okay. So if you see here, let me show you. This is commission, right? And in few places it is empty. Let me add some data over there. This is my table, right? Let me do it. Select static from amp. Update amp set com commission is equal to salary into 10 divided by 100, where com is null. Just to fill some data, right? And commit. Now let's see, data is there, right? Now everywhere data is there. Okay, let me come now here. If you see here, in few places commission is not there. Okay, now in all commission should be there, right? It is there. The way we calculated there, it is now coming over here. And if I will go here, run, right? So same thing here. Okay, now go back. So if you have to make any changes now in this, first what you have to do, click this button and deactivate. I believe Oracle development team need to consider this at least on development, or during development. These steps should be avoided. I mean, activate, deactivate. It should be straightforward. Like, let me deactivate it the way I am expecting, at least, because in development you will do multiple times, right? Then again you have to come activate, deactivate. So if I have to test, there should be button test. That's it. I don't need to go up again. So at the moment, what I need to do, if I make any changes over here, save, back, activate, then test, then any issue, these things need to be performed. So these are the invokes, if you see here, right, which we created, those connections. Then we have these actions, error handling, logic, and call. So even you can call JavaScript, etc. OCI OCI object storage, and all these are there. Notifications, wait. I mean, you can define your variables, you can log, map, right? Even you have the notifications. So if you have to do, I don't see, so I have configured here. So let me now add something from here. So here, action, if you see here, let me add the notification. Just I want to show you notification by using this plus sign, right? So add details of the notification. So this will be an email to CC, PCC, from, subject, etc. Attachments, any, and that's it. So what will happen once this activity is performed? It will come here, it will send an email, and then it will give the response. So it is up to you what you want to do. Let me delete it, right? So let us save what is there in the share, export, print, right? You can export as well. And then let us go. Okay, what is this now? Collapse all collections. I don't know where it is collapsed, right? I like this option. I think this is at least giving you further details as well. But sometimes you will, at the moment it is very simple integration. You will have complicated integration as well, where you will have conditionals. Let's say if this is returned, then do this one. So it's just like workflows, just like workflows. So this is how you can. Let me save it. And now if made any changes, I will come back, and it is configured. There's no issue or there's no error, right? So if I will go here, there's no run button, right? And another thing is you can clone. So let's say, for example, I need similar sort of API. So or you can test something. So what you will do, you will just clone. And the good thing is, let's say, for example, if it is in production, let me show you something. This is important. Activate and refresh. Now you cannot make changes in this, right? Let's say I'm assuming this is in production. So if I want to do something, I will just clone, and let me add it gave some name. I've just used clone, right? Exactly same is cloned over here, copy. And now you can work on this. If you are happy, then you can make changes in this production. It is up to you. So if I will show you this, see, still it is not activated, but this is active. So this I can run, right? Create new version, you can even create new versions as well. So this is one version, right? 1.0.0, right? So now it will be this version. Let us create. Okay. So now this is my new version, right? 1.0.1. Now let us call this, and we will see how we can call this new version. So even you can maintain multiple versions. Activating integration. This requires deactivation integration of this, right? Are you sure you want to deactivate integration? So this you have to consider, okay? It will deactivate your actual. So let us see what will happen. It will do, or we have to do. It is deactivated, right? This one. This version now deactivated, this is activated, right? Now let us run it. There should be some change. And the good thing is, I was expecting maybe there is change, but no, it is still same, but the version is now second, right? This is something really good. Otherwise, you need to change the URL as well. Okay, now let me take from here, or I can take from here, up to you, but since there is no change, so I will just consume it. Now this will be my next version, right? Without changing anything, next version. This is good. Okay, now another thing is, since this is latest version of Oracle integration, this is version 3, and those users or companies who are using still version 2, they can find the differences, changes in this version versus their current version, because sooner or later they will have to upgrade to version 3. Now even on version 2, Oracle is giving error that you have to migrate your agent to Java 17. So if it is old 11 or 1.8 or whatever, you need to upgrade that as well. I don't know when they will deactivate it prior JDK, but there is a message, right? Okay, I think now I have covered this integration part, where you can create integration, you can clone, you can generate a new version. It is up to you, right? So let's say, for example, this I had cloned. Now let me click this one. I want to delete it. I can delete it, right? Delete. This is how you can delete. That's it. So can I delete this one as well, which is active? No, right? So you can view. This will show you how it is, but here now you can't change it because this is just view only, right? Come back. Let us click this configure, right? So these are the two connections we used, and here you can replace, edit. You will go to the connections page, right? So this is the configuration part, and then let us try view properties, value, run, track instances, configure. Let us do this one. Okay, so this is one instance, right? 3 minutes ago. Let me do it again. This should be second instance. Okay, let us refresh. This is, let me go back. No, I can't go back. Time window last. No, it is not showing me instances. Or you can click this instances over here. Okay, let me go here. Actually, I wanted to see something else. Dashboard integrations. design integrations, and which I had consumed, I think this one, right? So let us track instances. Okay, because now it filter only for this API and there are two. I think I can refresh from here, so let me try one more time. Instead of page refresh or submit, I will just click. It should be 3 now. It is not showing. It came now because maybe it was in process. Okay, now you can go back, design, integration. Right now you can try, practice, and share your feedback. I think I have covered at least and starting level integration, which can further go into advanced or further in details. But the only thing is you need to know your requirements, what kind of adapters you need. Now each adapter is having its own settings. You will have to configure. You have the FTP, even you can connect to Facebook, GitHub, Google Calendar, Google Gmail, everything is there, guys. Jira, LinkedIn. So all these are ready-made APIs. So even Oracle integration is providing further APIs to connect to other third-party tools, NetSuite. Everything is there. I mean, you can just use them, right? So I think we have covered adapters, agents, we have connections, integrations, everything, right? So please practice it and share your feedback. Thank you very much, and Allah Hafiz.